Welcome, poets. Welcome, poets and family. Everyone come in, pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone and get comfortable, folks. It's about to go down. On the Thursday night, folks. Let's do it. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the new Thursday night online open mic. It is the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I will be your host for the evening. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. This is the jump off. Let's go. Welcome to episode 1 of this new thing that we call the online open mic. We are going to be doing this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Can you dig it, y'all? Yeah, we just had to move down the street. All right, but here we are, baby, in full effect. Let's keep it moving as we do and grooving as we do. We're going to do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, we truly appreciate you. The number's on your screen. It is 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. It is truly a different world inside this Zoom. I promise you. I promise you. We do this, we've been doing this for a few years now, all right? We will continue to do it thanks to these dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. That cat's all over the place. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. There's so many things going on, y'all, for real. Make sure you are plugging in, all right? Tonight's theme, Paths of the People, the New World. Listen, this is really about the footprints that were laid behind you to go forward, right? Those people who, endured those things, those people who crossed those burning sands, who crossed those great bodies of water to get to a place called peace, a place called home, right? What is the significance of that ancestry, right? And why is it important to keep those memories and those stories alive? So that's what we're looking at tonight. If your poem's not on theme, that's still totally cool. We are still looking forward to hearing your incredible artistry. Next week's theme, I believe it is the last open mic of the year, and we will be taking no losses. All right, think win, win. And if you want an extra little challenge with this one, listen. This is a rough one, but bring a poem with no L's. No L's. Right. That's a rough one. I know. A poem with no L's, right? Or again, taking no losses. All of them, Storm God's in the building. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to what's missing. I don't know what happened, man. All right, we gonna get to Fuego. Shout out Fuego, man. All right, let's get to the rules so we can get to the poetry. All right. Poets, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance and expression that goes into your poetic delivery. Plus, freak out these backgrounds. All right. So make sure you turn your cameras on. Going the wrong way. See what happens? Going the wrong way. All right. As you're getting ready to rip, have your art ready. All right. If you're playing music, you got it digital. However you're doing your mix, make sure you have it pulled up and ready to rock. All right. Make sure you're also, if you're playing music, which is absolutely cool. If you're coming with the comedy, listen, I'm looking forward to that. Right. If you're playing music, that's totally cool. Just make sure it's original. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So make sure it's original music. And also, if you're playing an instrument, make sure you have on original sound. All right, so we can hear you and your musical accompaniment. All right, original music, original sound, and we're good to go. Poets, you got 3 minutes to rock. Now listen, we on a tight window now, folks. All right, so unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it down to 3 minutes. All right, I'm serious, right? Because I don't want to get cut. I don't want us to get cut off, but I'm telling you, the 3 minutes has to stand, right? 30-second intro, and we're going to have to start maintaining this 3 minutes, all right, to make sure we get everybody in there so we don't go over the time, all right, which means I got to tighten my shit up too, all right? Listen, night 30, folks, night 30 for these babies. I'm telling you, we got some explicit lyricists in this community, right? Some folks may even trigger some horrible flashbacks. All right, but the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in every vein of what we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Thou hast been warned, baby. There is no censorship. Poetry is a living, breathing, walking, talking trigger warning. All right, thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space, folks. After a poet gets up here and rips open a part of who they are and shares it with us, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share that energy back with the room and back with the poets. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. We about to make this the hypest night of the week. So make sure you unmute it. Make sure you give everyone that energy, all right? All the energy that you share with us comes back to you in the poetic performance of the poets. So make sure you are giving it up. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right? These signups will begin on this side of the week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, all right? To sign up, you go to neweurekan.org, you click on full events calendar. You're going to click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they will not even populate until 24 hours before the show. Also, make sure on Monday nights you are checking in at the Bowery for the Bowery Slam, hosted by J. Rose and the Beats. Shout out C4. Incredible poets, I'm telling you. Incredible. Make sure you plug in. Also, there will be a monthly Grand Slam hosted by La Bruja at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. It is going to be amazing, no doubt. And then there's also a Twilight open mic. All right. So if you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with all these incredible events. Tonight's list. Look at all these incredible poets coming to share the maiden voyage of the online open mic with us. There's some folks that have come in the room. We're going to get to them. There's all my rowdy friends. We moved to Thursday night, folks, but we're in the building. What's good, everybody? It is great to see all of you. Listen, we are going to get to the poetry this evening. I have been looking forward to this. So many different things going on, but this always makes it work. So let's do it. As I'm putting the list in the chat, let's set it off with someone who does this. Coming up first this evening, the most eloquent writer I know, this incredible poet from across the pond continues to come and share his incredible artistry with us week in and week out, all the different venues that he does. Let me tell you, this is the one and only Lantern Carrier in the building to set us off this evening. Come on, Lantern. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is always great to see you. Please set us off this evening. Lantern. Is Lantern in the building? Look, we can always come back. We'll swing. We'll swing, Lantern. Don't worry about it. The pendulum swings. Indeed. All right. So, which means we get a chance to move on to a new voice. Listen, I've been doing this for a while, folks, and there's very few things that I like better in our world than hearing new voices. Please welcome Bonnie. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Is this your first time rocking with us?
No, I was during the pandemic. I got on a couple of times.
Fantastic. Well, I am thankful that you found your way back into our community. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Please take it away. Great to see you.
Good evening. My name is Bonnie Haslett, and you can just type my name up and it'll pop up everywhere. I have a YouTube channel too. Revolutionary poets. Revolutionary poets speak into the wind and the sounds of silence reply. Revolutionary poets are word warriors tearing down injustice. Their books are banned. They speak out from street corners and coffee houses. When they speak, they burn the conscience of the oppressor. Revolutionary poets, word warriors, win freedom for oppressed minds. The pen is mightier than the sword, and ideas are missiles. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? This is, I'm already in love with it. Let's do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Beautiful.
Welcome back. Glad you found your
Revolutionary poets, of course. Yes.
Of course, right? You know, that just gets my blood boiling. Okay. So thank you for setting it off like that, Bonnie. Listen, when you start talking about revolutionary poets and word warriors, listen, you are amongst quite a few of them here. Their books are banned 100% of the time. When you start speaking that kind of truth, yes, you start worrying people and they start banning books, right? Because we burn the concrete of the oppressors. That's part of our charge as poets, is to do just that. Thank you, Bonnie, for sharing your Thursday night with us. We hope that you find your way back every Thursday. Appreciate you for coming through and setting us off this evening. All right. So coming up next. Ooh. So listen, I've been looking forward to hearing this next poet, right? They have a connection with one of the founders. They have been excited about being in the mix. And listen, anytime people are get excited about poetry, it just gets me even more excited. The one and only Sarah Small in the building. Thank you for coming back to hang out with us. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Great to see you. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. You can find me at SAS, S-A-S, Poet1 on Instagram. And I'm going to read 2 short poems. The first one is called War. This war tore me apart, and that is why I make art from the heart, trying to be smart. We must do our part. War as never before. Events we can't ignore. We must cry out. What is this about? I think of the bombs while I'm praying the Psalms and touch the earth with my bare palms. Will we ever see peace? Emotions we must release. Poetry is our retreat, one you cannot defeat. To be heard, this is the power of the word. And then there's one more. I have to read it from my phone. I remember one winter waiting out in the cold for the bus for over an hour during a blizzard, and the bus still hadn't come. This was before Uber or Lyft, and all the taxis were not answering their phones. I called my partner for a ride, and he was my knight in a white Chevy pickup truck. We gave a lady at the bus stop a ride too. This was before I learned how to drive. I am an East Coast transplant from Philadelphia. I learned to drive in my 40s like my dad and my sister, and studied hard, and I failed until I passed. No time for a rhyme. Now I have a Subaru with all-wheel drive. Although sometimes in an icy blizzard storm, my car still slides. I remember the contrast of the newly fallen snow against South Minneapolis oak trees filled with crows. This is the beautiful life in Minnesota, don't you know?
Come on now, talk that Minnesota talk. Unmute yourself, give it up for Sarah Smoke.
Hey, Minnesota.
That was
Minnesota
awesome.
there.
That was
Don't
awesome.
you
That was
know?
awesome.
Over there to the west.
Yes.
Over there to the
Thank
west.
you.
Hey.
Shout out Liz Manette, our resident Minnesota party animal. Yo, thank you so much for that, Sarah. You started talking about war, right? War as never before, right? To be heard is the power of the word, no doubt. I think that's why we open our mouths, to make sure that even those with their head down, or even those who cannot see, will make sure that it's heard, right? To be heard is the power of the word, no doubt. In the second piece, you said you're my white knight in a white Chevy pickup truck. Like that's just so beautiful. That's just so much reality in that. And I failed until I passed. That sounds like tenacity to me that you can't pay for. Thank you, Sarah, for coming to hang out with us on Thursday. Hope that you find your way back to Thursday night every Thursday. Appreciate your incredible creativity. All right, coming up next, we're going to try to get back across the pond to the most eloquent writer I know. Let me tell you, that's why I said the pendulum's going to swing back toward this cat, because he does this. I'm telling you, and you're about to find out. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, Lantern. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. I'll put the details in the chat afterwards. The indigenous people of North and South America, Amazon forests, Australasia, Africa, and the Caribbean carved a path of glory, fortitude, sanctity, resilience, and sacrifice long before foreign explorers knew how to make vessels to take them safely there. The African story has been told and retold by our ancestors called griot, who used codes, dance, music, and language to preserve their rich heritage, to share knowledge and skill with those who were receptive to learning and adept enough to recognize their value. The indigenous people contributed to astronomy, fishery and agriculture, building, transportation, and musical arts. They used ways of cooking, healing with herbs and other unconventional methods, which proved to be useful to medicine and the culinary arts. Mother Gaia and her resources were quite sacred to them, and many were in tune with the ways of the great white spirit. Inventions have molded me, from the crude tools of necessity to the barbarism of how I once fed hungry lions. Now I have progressed to a more subtle lobbying, drop sophisticated toxic flares from the sky on vulnerable humans. Vespucci and Columbus debated and argued about a new world, knowing that those lands were not only inhabited, but served humans well with its variety of sweet potatoes, squash, peanuts, cassava, maize and beans, as well as exotic fruits of guava, papaya, pineapple, and more. We have advanced in the freedom of adult suffrage, equality, and emancipation to a conscious level of the injustices of inequity, genocide, and the need for peace. We have seen great discoveries, from telephone to cell phones, from giant computers to tablets, aviation and other forms of technology and code breaking. AI is used for intel gathering, innovation. They love humans in stocks and shares. Alas, would I but work in harmony with the light of love? I have forgotten that giving relies on receiving within, receptive to the needs of the soul, born out of sacrifice, and my humanity to kindred spirits. I have gone from smart cards to smartphone, smart shop to eBay and Amazon, to the ease of access to so many so-called freedoms, driving me to excessive alcohol and drugs, sensuality and trafficking, the cruel jokes of decadence brought about by the twins called indifference and complacency. Mother Nature intervenes, striving to protect herself, to protect me by reminders of pestilences, wars, and economic hardships, while the most vulnerable suffer intensely, hoping I learn from the crucial lessons of love, interconnectedness, the importance of a oneness world they call home, learning the art of diversity, and like a flower garden, sensing the same breath of being in all sentient and insentient life. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, sentient, golly. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Yeah, we're
Thank
starting
you.
to
Yeah, Lantern Carrier.
Yeah, yeah.
Open
Yes,
minds.
Lantern.
Friday.
Oh.
Yummies.
Oh, yes, brother.
Beautiful. Always
you.
beautiful.
The dude is so good, he needs
Beautiful.
to have somebody else carrying the lantern.
No one else can carry his lantern.
That's true.
Which would mean, where is the Lantern Apprentice? Right? Where Padawan, apprentice, however you want to go. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro. I told y'all, most eloquent writer I know. You start talking about people who carved out a part of glory, right? Resilience and sacrifice, man. Right? But then these same people turned around and contributed to astronomy and music and cooking and art, right? Vengeance has molded me, injustices and inequality, like inequity, like work in harmony with the light of love, right? My humanity to kindred spirits, indifference and complacency, man. Learning the art of diversity, like, come on, man. Like, that's something that, they could teach early on, man. We are truly a diverse population on Earth. And the more that we highlight that, the more we can bring about our similarities. Your poetry is incredible always, Lantern. Thank you for coming through and sharing it with us. Man, I'm telling y'all, listen, y'all not gonna make me emotional, but this is what this is supposed to be, y'all. All right. So let's keep it going. This is what we do. Coming up next. Oh my goodness, yo. Shout out to Megas. We're gonna hear from the Megas this evening. Shout out Chaos Magic. Listen, this past week on the new open mic that Gustav Silas runs, we'll get to Gustav in a little bit, but read a cover poem, and it actually came from this next poet. Got a chance to rock with this cat. I'm telling you, this cat has been doing it well, longer than I have, and I'm telling you, I'm still learning from this cat. The one and only Baba Ngoma in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Hey, author of I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance, and he's going to show you that he means business about that. Please, great to see you. Take it away. One second, we can't hear you yet. We can't hear you.
Okay. Hey, everybody. You hear me now? Cool. I got two poems. One is brand new. I mean, seriously brand new, like tonight, brand new. and the other one is a little longer. The first one is called "The Statue of Liberty is Pissed." The Statue of Liberty is pissed. She got "Give me your tired, your poor" carved in stone at her feet. But originally there were chains around her ankles. They still remain. That's why Trump skin thin has the nerve to say immigrants ruin the country. I guess he cut class when the truth was told that we are oppressed nationalities. The world is full of oppressed nationalities. War is profitable. So the dispossessed still struggle to own their own tomorrow. Ignorance tried to crucify democracy, but she refuses to die. So we're at the dollar store where everything costs $2, wondering how much this balloon of inflation can stand before it explodes. And I'm thinking about a world without TV. There are so many starving, displaced from their homes by the rocket's red glare, who never knew what Xbox was like. Now the children are quick on the trigger finger, practicing for never-ending war. When their world is demolished, yesterday will never be again. Struggling for existence as we ponder what the future might be. Since a world war seems inevitable, the news makes revelation seem like a fairy tale, and everyone is depending on hope, but hope is lost, destroyed in Gaza as professional victims act like Hitler. The Fourth Reich seems like a house party, and Armageddon is much more than a Bible story waiting for reality. Maybe Elijah was right. Okay. Now, here's here's the one that's on theme. This is called this is in my book. I didn't come here to tap dance. It's called "A Poem from My Agoon," and Agoon is a word for ancestors. So I'm talking about my ancestors. It's called "A Poem from My Agoon." For Pauline and James, Carrie and Linwood, Celestine and Herman, for nameless Agoon, lost in the middle passage, strange fruit from Dixie's trees, memory whiplash into abandonment in the name of Jesus. You will never be forgotten, pickers of tobacco and cotton, ditch diggers, gardeners, field hands and bricklayers, carpenters and dishwashers, waiters and chambermaids, hospital orderlies and workers with no unions, victims of 21st century slavery, for the homeless, the hungry, and the dispossessed, begging on subways, sleeping on sidewalks, chained and locked up, for new African freedom fighters locked down behind the wall, never to see the light of day, for the down-pressed with no redress, for the jelly and the griot, the invisible ones, for the sons and daughters of Africa, Haiti, Cuba, Brazil, Puerto Rico, the Americas, and every port the slave ships landed. Fear not, I chant this incantation for you. O Eshu, O Batala, Oshun, Ifa, Shango, Ogun, Oya, Oyemoya, Elegba. Please carry these prayers to Olodumare. We bring snail and she-goat, pigeons, rooster, guinea fowl, and yam, palm oil, sugarcane, lamb, and rum, never forgetting where we've come from. We bring catfish, honey, and salt, bitter cola, shea butter, and gin. We fling pennies into the wind. We pray this oppression will end. We come to take a stand and free the land, united and without fear. We come to take back what is ours. We come for the future. We won't forget the past. There's a trail of bones in the Atlantic deep. We come demanding retribution, for Ifa never sleeps. Ifa never sleeps, never sleeps, never sleeps.
Listen, that you hear shit like that, you don't ever want to sleep. Damn it, unmute yourself, give it up for Ngomo.
That is the shit, people.
Excellent.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank
you, Baba.
you.
Always teaching.
Always, right? Oh, always. Every time I hear this cat, he's always giving you something. For real, I'm telling y'all, he didn't come here to tap dance, and his book is exactly that, right? Trump will steal skin. Like, war is profitable, right? War is hell, but war is profitable, and people use that to their advantage, right? We're at the dollar store where everything costs $2, right? Kids are working their trigger fingers, practicing for a never-ending war, no doubt. Fourth Reich looking like a house party, yeah, yeah. For the ancestors, man. you know, all the whips they took in the name of Jesus, like that's just, come on, man. Come on, man. Because they're, you know, steel hands and, you know, porters on trains and chambermaids and, you know, begging on subways, palm oils and yams and rum. Man, come to take a stand. Like, this is exactly why we're here, because our ancestors paved that way so we could be here to take that stand. Appreciate you, Baba, truly. Make sure you plug in because this book is incredible. Thank you for coming through. All right, coming up next, I'm so glad that I get to introduce this cat, right? I have said for some years that the week is not right until we get a Joski C song. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are about to be delighted by just that. The one and only Joski C in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. It's always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental. It's good to see you. At Joski C. This is new, though not quite as new as Ngoma's piece. Been working on this for the past couple of days, writing this song. And it's very cold in here, which is hard on my fingers and my strings, but I'm gonna go for it. Ain't no holy book can justify hatred from the sky. Hatred rides on kites, still you wonder why. Ain't no holy book can confiscate all this real estate, led to all this hate. Ain't no holy book can justify hatred from the sky. No holy book can justify ending all these lives. No holy book can justify dropping all these bombs on civilians, on the children. Where we raised our children, where they raised our homes, where there's no water to cry, just can't justify. Ain't no holy book can justify hatred from the sky. Leaders telling lies. Hatred rides on kites. Hatred rides on planes. Dropping bombs we signed. Dropping bombs we signed. Ain't no holy book can justify hatred from the sky. No holy book can justify ending all these lives. No holy book can justify dropping all these bombs on civilians, on the children.
Oh, I told y'all, that's what he does. Unmute yourself, give it up for Joski C.
All right.
Joski.
Woohoo!
Crazy.
I love you.
Appreciate all
First of all, first and foremost, Joski is the dude. Thank you, Joski, for sharing that with us. I keep telling y'all, right? Week isn't right till we get a Joski C song. And let me tell you, that line just hit so hard, Joski. You set it off from the jump. Ain't no holy book can justify hatred from the sky. Come on. No water to cry. You just can't justify, right? Hatred rides on kites. Hatred rides on planes. Dropping bombs we sign. Come on. Come on, Joski. Come on, Joski. Like, listen, I hear you with the cold, and you know what I mean? You might have thought it affected something, but it didn't affect anything, sir. That was on point. Appreciate you, Joski, for surviving the elements, man, and rocking with us. Thank you. Thank you, Joski. Truly appreciate that energy, man. All right. Coming up next, I mentioned, Padawans. However, we have a Jedi Master in the building. So grateful to this OG for just making sure that we stay grounded, man. For real. Like, he's a real cat, man. One of the best that I know who does it, and does it well. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Jedi Master, always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, hi. It's great to be here on the Thursday night edition. Thanks, Elemental, for your steadfastness here, and it's so wonderful to see everybody here. I'm on IG at Skiffgram. I'm just gonna do. I spoke this on Monday night, but I tried to make some progress on this. We'll see how it goes. Just a second. Let me get it up on screen. This doesn't have a title. I am terminal cancer eating the economy, impediment of uselessness on the workforce, unwanted begrudged obligation owed to by social programs for years to come. I am a senior citizen. I deflate the hip and cool factor. I mute the sales pitch. I make this minute's slang piss in the wind. I survived the American hot dog. I outlived the Ziploc bag. I eluded all-day freshness control. I dodged protection from bladder leaks. I was faster than arterial plaque buildup. I ignored the discount introductory offer pitched by psychological evaluation. I profited from debt financed by municipal budget shortfall train delays. I stared down ghost guns run up here on the man-stopper highway. I snuck by decades of political war criminals from Lyndon Johnson and Henry Kissinger to Oliver North and Little Bush. And I collected Social Security income to tell about it. I feel like where the ocean welcomed cheers bow of a boat, splitting open passage given by freedom of the wind. I brandished hope in the shape of a smile to weaponize my love. So when Armageddon and Apocalypse argue over planet Earth while Doomsday snatches it at Judgment Day never has a chance because of fake moral authority and lack of credibility, I could simply cycle down my effort to attack lunacy of human hate and employ others in my dissatisfaction. In the blanched megalopolis of shadowless people, I hear the nonsense tides rhapsodize. I have under my footfalls free choice. I return to my luminous home in the unlimited universe of intoxicating murk, throwing less than a second of time to forever and this world to the other side of what humans understand. With my feet pushing all the what's next further and further behind me, I will take the one singular thing known that spreads emptiness and the temporary our life is made from, and turn common understanding of our ephemerality into laughter sprung from the aperture of your spirit the universe uses to fill you up. Fullness is what you feel, not what being complete means. Yes, you undoubted one, splendorous pleasure worn by your skin, comfort hymnal and the altar of your throat, vanity appearance reflected on your self-admiring naivete, undefined purpose that preserves and eludes you until death, spiritual yearn that is your every still exhausted breath awakening into dawn, sorrow eclipse darkening generations with dim depredation like severe weather you trudge through, honesty craft you bring forth from your who knows what of your inspiration, stubborn life in you that insists upon itself with each miraculous escape artist breath, because to be alive you have to calm the mandatory pain being here requires, phenomenal survival, obsessive routine that parents your equilibrium. Check that drift into futility, confessional torrent with which you inundate excruciating normality, reefed mainsail of because your skill at getting here is patient and calculating, unexpected yell, unburdening reluctance from your being as you are unsure if it is willpower or luminous creation that from the lungs out wears you like breath that buoyed you to surface from the birth canal. But you do not possess your throat in this moment. Humanity does. I am a senior citizen, a spoiler for the order of privilege, unwanted, awkward reminder of your own limit, changer of all hierarchies, magnet for subordinate displays of kindness. I survived the interstate highway. I boycotted cancerous additive corn syrup. I granted amnesty to my fucking self through the tax system and criminalization of the unemployed. I jumped over the American buying habit. I became unqualified for decades of pathological middle-class kin systems. I survived false hope. I survived a culture that wanted me to never know me. I survived a culture that intended to bind and stunt me with gender attitudes. But my mother told me a man who measures masculinity with their dick will never have a manhood bigger than a handful of inches. Instinct, inspiration, lucky guessing, human traits whose only explanations are conceits. That is how I attained my current new status as a social liability, threat, and value wrecker. I am a senior citizen. The youth draining out of you feels more slippery when I am around.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta catch your breath. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skill.
I got
Yes.
nothing.
I heard that when it was a rough draft, man. And the value, this is so brilliant because in the arts of creation, you have to deal with destruction. And when he says value wrecker, that man is creating fucking value. That's not easy to do. I love this man's writing,
Every
man.
time he reads,
Unreal.
each and every time he
Unreal.
does, man. I'm telling you, he just does that, right? Each and every time. And I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that you go at it so fearlessly, right? You almost go so far head first, reckless into what you say, but it's always so controlled. It's always so controlled. And I so much appreciate that, right? You survived the American hot dog, right? Stared down ghost guns. He mentioned Henry Kissinger. He mentioned Little Bush. Weaponized my love. Like, come on, right? Fullness is what you feel, not being satisfied, right? You have to calm the mandatory pain, right? You do not possess your throat at that moment, right? I survived a culture that never wanted to know me. Golly, man. Golly, man. Like, this is just so heavy. So heavy what you do, sir. Because you dig in, again, with a reckless abandon that just sounds like incredible poetry. Thank you for sharing it with us. All right. Coming up next. Here comes another one, right? Here comes another speed bag test. I'm telling you, because this cat, I hope you got it. I hope you're ready, because here he come with it. Telling you, this cat, he works. His pen works. I mean, I don't know if it was part jackhammer at one point. Shout out the blacksmith. I'm telling you, this cat works. I'm telling you, the one and only Kazi Kaz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Kaz, great to see you, man. Take it away.
Great to see you too, man. Thank you for that intro. Always so kind, man. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody is good. All right. Please forgive me. I am not on topic tonight. I do have a piece which I recently performed at another open mic, so some of y'all may have heard it. But for those that haven't, you titled My Dear Aunt Sally. My very educated mother's dear Aunt Sally just served us 9 pizzas because, as we all know, every good boy does fine. Had I known she was coming, I would have baked her a cake and I would have eaten it too, you know, as if it were mine. Since then, I've watched reindeer play antelope games while the buffalo do what they do when in Rome, because there ain't never been no place like home to start parting the sweet sorrows of tomorrow, from which more likely than not, today's gonna end up having to borrow the hindsight of yesterday's past, which is only a day away from the precipice of kicking somebody's ass. Because frankly, my dear Watson, I don't give a damn. Which is elementary, like the non-televised revolution during which Fee-Fi was a foe that fumbled the truth that would have set you free, like the power of knowledge in life's forbidden tree. Amidst the certainty of death and taxes, it's like curtains when you're placed in a certain bracket of one of the greatest of rackets to have ever done it, until our stock price plummets down into the dang gummit of G. Williker's sinister plot, while Dag Nabbit and Golly G keep plotting on me. So please forget to forget me not, because I'm no longer my sibling's keeper, but my brother from another mother. I got you, because you my motherfucker. So here's looking at you, kid, because the world's a stage acting like it got some damn sense. See, I am. Therefore, I think about everything but the kitchen sink that's on the brink of Verge's edge. But by the looks of it, it seems Houston may have a problem because all that glitters ain't gold, since there might be greener grass on the other side of the book cover, which shows how a small man can take a giant leap for mankind's next step. Oh, and did you hear? Mother Goose's goose got cooked because it got loose in the gin and juice and it got its neck stuck in the noose. Just turn on the news. It's full of useless information. And now the scorned woman from hell is furious because money don't grow on trees, since it's a root of all evil, like most people who sit under church steeples. So if and Ann would butt out the conversation, perhaps maybe could tell me where my peoples is at. Probably eating Kit Kats like Tic Tacs on TikTok, ticked off, doing the crip walk, full of shit talk from feeling ripped off after failing to try and try again, because the success from simply just showing up is at 80%. So if the shoe fits, yell YOLO until you're stronger than what doesn't kill you, since there's no tomorrow to live like, especially when your 2 cents worth of beans don't add up to a mountain's molehill. Because when you blindly follow the blind, your mind fails to see the divinity of forgiving human error, which stands to unite the fallen who have been divided by those who came to see how they could conquer all. Long story short, this land isn't so free because bravery left home. And since we're not in Kansas anymore, I may just take Toto to Africa and wait for Dorothy to catch up, because she sure ain't cutting the mustard. So I'm going to keep walking through the evil valley of all of my death-riddled shadows with no fear. To be continued. Or not to be. Wait, what was the question? Thank you.
Let me tell you this. I told y'all, this dude does it for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kazi Kaz.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
That's a mountain of work.
Exit soon, pursued by bear.
I don't know how your CPU does it, man, but
Amazing.
It's from the source, man. From the source.
Yeah,
I'm just a vessel, man.
Shaking that willy, man.
no one can correlate like you can, man. You bring it together.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank
know
you
what I
so
mean?
much.
Only one Kazi Kaz, let me tell you. And the reason why I say that, because like Kaz has his flow locked in, man. I've said that so many times. I love when poets have their flow locked in, and Kaz is one of those cats, 100% of the time, right? He hits you with the every good boy does fine on him. Like my dear Aunt Sally, right? Parting the sweet sorrows of tomorrows, right? When Fee Fi was a foe who fumbled, like, come on, man. Please forget me not, right? Like, all that glitters ain't gold, man, right? And eating Tic Tacs on TikTok, like, yo, ass for real with it, man. Stronger than what doesn't kill you. Divinity of forgiving human error, like, come on, man. Like, you really dig in, man. I appreciate the fact that you got your flow all the way locked in and you share it freely. Appreciate you, Kaz. Truly. One more poet, and I'm gonna pass it off to the dopest tech in the Zoom burst. Coming up next, oh man, it's been a while since I've gotten to see this cat, to hear his work. It's a little strange because he's not sitting in front of the brick wall, right?
Yeah.
But hey, he's on the move, right? It is great to see you, James Hamilton, in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Come on, take it away.
Hey, James Hamilton, author. Best to just go to Facebook and find me, James Hamilton, author, and we can get you anywhere from there. Yeah, the brick wall is gone today. This is my rehearsal space. I got my banner behind me, but I worked late, and I found out that you guys moved this to Thursday yesterday. But anyway, all of that stuff aside, I got a brand new piece I just finished this morning. So, and it's a little different. And before I start, I just want to say happy holidays to y'all, man. Nobody got there yet, but I'm going to go there. Man, when I'm not here, know that I'm a soldier of the word, and I'm out there doing that live wherever I can. So whenever I can be here, I am, for sure. All right, so this piece is called Robin in the Winter. AM 6:09. It's 7 days until Christmas, and highway lights shine through the window, and the vertically situated cheapo laminated PVC and fabric blinds. Vibrant life projecting its motivation on the motel room wall. A pictogram of yin and yang articulated in real time, strobing and passing rhythmically by, alternating shadow and bright like subliminal piano keys, black and white. Smoothly played by an old jazz man from another time, high and tight. The pattern migrates corner to corner to corner, side to side, bottom to top, left to right. And I lay there facing up, back down with tired feet on a run-of-the-mill padded spring sack atop a sticky trap motel's decade-old bed frame rack. The simple cinema playing out to my witness, moving pictures of subjective transference that represent the calamity of a daily morning commute. It all leaks in here, onto the wall from out there, outside in the cold. This place drips, man. And through the patterns on the wall, I already know what I can't see. People go where they go, to daycare, to shift work, to day drinking, and to satiate their tired souls on drive-through bean juice perk. Maybe in that order, and then again, maybe not. Self-drive autopilot with the intent to arrive in electric cars and gasoline-sucking trucks and SUVs, and daydreaming with the light in their eyes from the horizon peak and ultraviolet sun ray rise. They go because they're supposed to go, or at least they think they are. Yesterday, there was a man outside in that cold, and he talked to me while I smoked on the stoop by the ice machine, even though I tried to hide. He said 20 years ago on Christmas Day, it was so warm, he remembers seeing a lone robin at play. Said it was a rare Wisconsin 57-degree winter day. And I wondered, as his words interfered with my smoking space, how long it's been since I had seen a robin in the winter. Skipping, tricking, flicking his wings, pecking at the ground, pulling up grubs and seeds and all other sorts of creepy, crawly little things or whatever it found. It had been a while. And while I was at it, and as he laughed and slapped his hand on his knee, I thought about other flying things, bats, mosquitoes, other birds, dragonflies, and little bugs that bite in the summer, those bugs that we can hardly see. And then about how long it had been, seasons removed since I had seen any bees. Maybe they don't know where to go. Their masses, their swarm, confoundedly confused from all the purposeless conversation and information transfers from digitally driven devices through digitally driven frequencies, and how humanity somehow had the gall to prioritize our conversations over theirs, so we could go where we go and do what we do, choosing useless chats and propaganda information over nature's viral shares, acting all the while like we fucking cared. Yeah, maybe all those vibrations have something to do with what happened to them bees. And I thought about it more, and how this chatterbox of a man, like most people, probably didn't care about the robin or about the bees or even about the weather. And as he jumped in his truck, cellular 5G phone in hand, and headed off to work, he looked down like he was somehow hard on luck. And I frowned until the memory fades. And I'm back here now. The sun is up, the ground down, and the pattern on the wall is gone. It's 7 days until Christmas, and outside this room is still cold as fuck. Thank you.
Yo, I love holiday poems like that. Unmute yourself, give it up for James Hamilton.
Yeah, James. Very good. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just love it when you talk that shit. You know what I mean? You gotta, and I say that, you know, saying, yo, you gotta talk the talk that makes sense to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not talking that talk, then you are not even sounding familiar to yourself, right? Listen, like he said, like subliminal piano keys. That was just sick, sir. Right? The calamity of the daily morning commute. Yes, it is crazy. Daydreaming with the light of the horizon in their eyes. That's just wild. That's just wild. Looking ahead, but not seeing anything. Right? Thinking about all the little flying things. Right, man. Like our brains, they fly all over the place sometimes. Right? Chatterbox of a man, right? I frown until the memory fades. Man, 7 days until Christmas, right? I said it's still cold as hell. Appreciate you, man. For real. I know it's been a minute, man, but listen, find yourself back, you know, in our mix. Now we at Thursday night, man. Make sure you follow through any chance you possibly get. Appreciate you for coming through and sharing your artistry with us. All right, folks, before we move on to the next poet, I'm going to pass it off to the dopest tech in the Zoom burst, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling wonderful, and I'm so happy that, you know, so many of us have found our way to Thursdays, you know, including our Monday mainstays, Thursday mainstays. So congratulations, Elemen2al, on hosting the new weekly online open mic. I really appreciate that. Glad that everyone is here, and yeah, we're gonna continue doing this, you know, each and every week, 1 hour earlier, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you all, and again, for those who didn't make it on time, no worries. We do have the good luck rounds, which we didn't have on Mondays, but we're gonna keep the tradition from Thursdays running. So we really appreciate all of you. For those who don't know me, my name is Ron Mark Thompson. I am one of the program and operation assistants of the New Rican Poets Cafe, and I'm also serving as your tech assistant here at the online open mic. Our cafe on East 3rd Street in Manhattan, New York is currently closed. A month and a half ago, we did start our what we call the New Reconstruction, which is the 3-year building reconstruction using funds from New York City. They're gonna you know, reconstruct the entire building, modernize it so we can expand the performance space and, you know, add workshop spaces and add an elevator and, you know, everything to modernize our theater. But as you know, we are not shutting down us. I mean, we are still here, and everyone, you know, is back here Thursdays, 1 hour earlier, 8 p.m. Our new weekly online open mic, hosted by none other than Elemen2al. Continuing from today on, every Thursday, 8 p.m., including next week. If you want to sign up for an artist RSVP slot 24 hours prior, sorry for my miscommunication last week, but we're keeping it at the 24 hours. Just go to newregan.org, click on full events calendar, and as soon as you see the artist RSVP ticket open at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, you can go ahead and sign up. If for any reason you didn't get a chance to sign up Wednesday, check the ticket site Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. We're keeping it open till mid-afternoon until Elemen2al sends his email. And if all artist RSVP spots have been ordered, then come and join us anyway. Zoom 977-539-856 and just ask to be added to the good luck round list. And if you don't want to perform, we still would like to have you to listen and watch everyone and cheer us on. So thank you again, everyone, for being here. And unlike Mondays, Thursdays, all styles are welcome. Poetry, comedy, short stories, songs. We'll try to keep it to 3-minute time limit. And you do not have to write to the theme, but I look forward to Elemen2al's upcoming themes. They are always interesting, and I'm always super impressed how many of you write to his themes. I like the challenge that many of you take. So while the New Regan Poets Cafe's building is closed, as Elemen2al mentioned, we are doing on-site programming at other venues throughout New York City, including our weekly New Regan Bowery Slam, which started a month ago on Mondays at 7 p.m. at the Bowery Poetry Club, which is not that far from the New Regan Poets Cafe. We are on break. We just had the last one of this year 2 days ago. There will be no slam this Monday. It's Christmas Day, or the following Monday, which is New Year's Day. But on January 8th, it's going to start again, Monday, 7 p.m. DB will be hosting that day. The following week, it'll be hosted by J Rose, and they will alternate with each other. You can get tickets if you go to our site. We redirect you to Bowery's Poetry Club's Eventbrite site. You can get tickets in advance or at the door. Also, all the Monday Slam winners will start competing in our new monthly Grand Slam, which will happen on Friday. Many of you may remember we used to have a weekly Friday Slam with Jive. This has now been changed to a monthly Friday Slam, the Grand Slam. The first one this month will be hosted by our Executive Director, La Brua. It's 10 p.m. on Friday, December 29th, always the last Friday of every month, at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, which is in Times Square in New York City. You may get tickets on their ticket site, which you can link to from our ticket site. You know, we make it easy for you guys, or you can get them at the box office at the theater, no problem. And that one, as Elemen2al mentioned, is followed by the Twilight Hour open mic, 12 a.m. right after the Grand Slam. Next week also, Saul Preem is returning. You may remember he used to host our Monday on-site open mics at the cafe, and we are very happy to have him back for our new monthly open mic at the Loisaida Center, which is on 9th Street, again just a few blocks away from the New Regan Poets Cafe. That's every last Wednesday of the month, starting next week, December 27th, 6 p.m. doors open, 6:30 p.m. the show starts. You can get tickets on our ticket site or at the door, your choice. And we're going to give you more announcement. We're still trying to find venue for Voices and Vibes. I see Paul Concasso is, with us here. We're going to have poetry workshops with Salsa Jam. We already are in negotiations with a venue in Manhattan. So just stay tuned, follow us, follow the other venues. We're going to give you more information. Sign up for our mailing list. And this is the old slide that I had. All our social media and website information remains the same. I also put La Brua's Instagram handle and Elemen2al's. Both of them always share information on upcoming programs, with the New Regan Poets Cafe. So again, even though we are closed, we are still here nevertheless, and we're going to continue to offer you programming such as the online open mic right now. And how about we go to our next performer, which I am so happy I'm able to introduce him, Ed Poetastic, a mainstay on both our previous Monday and Thursday night online open mics. And Ed, what a pleasure to have you here on our first new weekly online open mic. Ed, you always make my heart warm. You make us smile. It is the holidays. Ed, let everyone know where we may find you, and then the floor is all yours. Welcome back. Glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here. Thank you for your wonderful cheer. Thank you for being over here. My wonderful dears. Okay. Are you going to follow me? Please look in chat so you know where it's at.
Okay, and I just want to, yeah, okay, I see Michael Sanders, so it's not just me. Ed, for some reason, your audio is very low. Are you on a headset or? Let's see. Yep, I think now we can hear you better. Are you there?
Yep. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that.
All right, Ed, everyone, Ed Poetastic, as he is named today. Go ahead, Ed.
Thank you, because you made me feel so fantastic. Thank you for being so bombastic, and thank you for being so enthusiastic, and thank you for not being so plastic. All right, my name is Ed Poetastic, hopefully fantastic. Please get a time to go drum rhyme, thoughtful, sublime. I got one poem. I got this on the internet. I have no idea who wrote it, but this is called December. Oh, how I love December, my favorite time of year. It's such an important month for people far and near. Some celebrate Hanukkah, light candles every night. Dreidels spin and gifts are wrapped in silver, blue, and white. Some gather for Kwanzaa, a day from family and friends, to share African traditions, a pride that never ends. Some honor the solstice, when wintertime is here. Tales and traditions welcome the shortest day of the year. Some enjoy Christmas, with Santa and a sleigh. Others sing old carols and go to church to pray. Others seek the perfect gift somewhere at the mall. Some celebrate 2 holidays. Some don't celebrate at all. December is a special time that many hold so dear. It's a lot of fun, but when it's done, we welcome a new year. Happy holidays! Woo!
Listen, that cat continues to come through with his rhyme, and they're always right on time all the time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Eddie Foreman.
It's fantastic.
Eddie.
All right, Ed.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
I miss your voice.
Amazing.
Aw, I love
Great
you
job.
too.
Fantastic is always so on it. And I love his energy. His energy always is at that level. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get Eddie, like if you call Eddie at probably like 2:25 in the morning, he'll probably be like, hey, how you doing? Like, I love your energy, Eddie. Always have, man. You start talking about holidays, man. It just it's different for different people, right? A day for the family and friends, the solstice, all those things, man. It's still always about coming together and enjoying the people that have helped you to be as confident and comfortable as you are in this world. Appreciate you, Eddie, for rocking with us on the maiden voyage this evening. Real quick, y'all, unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
MC. Yeah. RMT. Yeah. RMT.
Thank you so much, everyone. Really
Down with RMT.
I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Elemental, for giving me the chance to introduce, one poem. We'll continue into the one poet. I will continue the tradition. Looking forward to more guitars because it is Guitar Thursdays, even though it's a new one. But Elemental, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you. Let's go on with the open mic. We have more performers. All right.
Indeed, we do. Let's get to it. Appreciate you, Ron, so much for that. Yes, indeed, it is Guitar Thursdays. Joski C set that tone for us, and hopefully we will get to some folks with the music on their mind real quick. Before we move on, shout out a couple folks. Doug Silver in the building. Shout out to educators in the building. Appreciate you, Professor Platinum. Bill Elkins was on the list. Didn't necessarily see him come through Jen Kim in the building. Appreciate you. Open Minds, shout out Thomas and Catalyst. They run a open mic every Friday night. Make sure you are plugging in. Super, super dope space, man. Really, community always piles in there, man. It is really a great night. Listen, all these folks who have come to rock with us, Nemo Zoom in the building, subject matter in the house, man, for real. Love y'all, man, truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, it's been a while. It's been a while. But listen, if you are unfamiliar, it is time for our TES Talk. This gentleman has the tendency to raise the IQ in every room he steps into. The one and only Mr. Teza Somok is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Mr. Tez. Always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Good to see you all. Folks can follow me on Instagram under Gaseous2019. I've dropped my info. Remember, for the holidays, give a gift that bites back. Get a copy and give a copy of my I'm Not Your Chihuahua. I have a piece, and unfortunately, I'm going to only do a portion of it, but I got to jump in because it is what it is. Rendezvous with Uranus, the proximity of the other, which makes a neighbor a neighbor. Scene, a brightly lit newsroom. Two Midwestern news anchors, Mark and Sue, sit at a sleek desk bathed in studio light. Mark, good evening, St. Louis. This is KSDK, Channel 5 News, St. Louis, NBC affiliate. I'm going to jump some areas. So, news alert. We interrupt your regularly scheduled news broadcast for a breaking news story. Authorities have confirmed the presence of a Urani visitor at a poultry farm outside the city. Sue, that's right, Mark. The creature believed to be a scout for a potential interstellar border invasion has been spotted lurking around the chicken coops, causing quite a stir among the feathered residents. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it in Eddie Foreman high-pitched voice, but Mark, officials are still trying to determine the visitor's intention, but one thing is certain, this is unlike anything we've ever seen before. Cut to live feed of a reporter standing outside the poultry house, surrounded by a crowd of confused and angry locals. Brenda Squawk, I'm here, live at the scene at the St. Louis, where tensions are running high. The Uranian believed to be 4'3", 4 feet 3 inches, stocky, laborious creature has been contained within the poultry house. Locals, however, are not pleased with its lack of action. Camera pans to an angry-looking farmer. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Came all the way from Uranus just to sit around, clean chicken shit and throw scratch and peck at the ground like a chicken. What a waste of a spaceship. Camera pans to an elongated object distorted from the re-entry heat, kind of like a giant flying burrito. Cut to commercial. Taco Wango, come, como chingas challenge. Can you conquer the 5-pound como chingas chimichanga burrito? Scene opens at a fiery red background, mariachi music playing in the background. Narrator, calling all burrito aficionados, champions of chili and challengers of spice, prepare to be tested because Taco Wango is serving up a dish that's not for the faint of heart. Narrator, introducing the Como Chingas Chimichangas Challenge, a 5-pound behemoth of flavor and fury packed with seasoned carne asada, fiery chorizo, savory pinto beans, fluffy red Spanish rice, and inferno of chile macho salsas. This burrito is a test of your stomach's limit and a testament to your love for Mexican cuisine. Cut to a montage of customers struggling, then triumphantly abandoning the burrito. I'm going to jump a little bit. Scene fades out of Taco Wango with logo with the tagline, Taco Wango, where we stuff your burrito. Camera pans to a woman holding a sign that reads, we want probing. Woman, we were promised alien abductions, probing, even mind control. Instead, we get a glorified space chicken. This is false advertising. Mark, back to the studio. Well, Sue, it seems even aliens can live up to expectations. Sue, indeed, Mark, these just goes to show you that sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Another commercial break. Upbeat music, happy chickens frolicking in the fields. Voiceover, are you tired of store-bought chickens that all wings and no breasts? No, do you long for the juicy flavor grass of your childhood? Well, look no further than Foster Farms. Our chickens are raised cage-free on a diet of organic feed, resulting in the plumpest, most delicious chicken's breast you'll ever taste. So ditch the store brand and head over to Foster Farms, the best breast in the West. Almost there. Mark, welcome back, Missouri. We're still following the development situation in St. Louis. Now let's return to our reporter on the scene, Brenda. Camera cuts back to the reporter. Brenda Squawk, the situation is getting out of hand, Mark. The locals are demanding the Uranian do something to prove its extraterrestrial origins. They even threatened to throw eggs at it. Camera pans to the Uranian, who is calmly sweeping and shoveling the chicken's shit. Brenda Squall, well, Mark, it seems the Uranian has done an utmost unwanted job, but will it be enough to appease the angry mob? Only time will tell. News anchor exchanged confused glances. Brenda, standing in the field with the chickens pecking around the microphone. Mark, Sue, the atmosphere here is electric. Locals are on edge, fearing the worst. We've even seen armed farmers patrolling the perimeter, pitchforks and farm. Brenda, excuse me, sir, how are you feeling about this extraterrestrial situation? Farmer, eyes narrowed with a pitchfork. Well, Brenda, I ain't never seen nothing like it. That there Uranian fellow just sits by the coops all day, all doing nothing but stroking a shovel and looking at our chickens with big teary eyes. Brenda, confused. Watery eyes? He's not trying to probe them or anything, Farmer. Nope, just he's even got himself a little notebook and keeps scribbling stuff down. Makes me nervous, I tell you. Brenda, returning to the camera. As you can see, folks, the locals are understandably on their guard, but the Uranian behavior is uncertainly unexpected. Could this be the sign of a peaceful intentions? Could the Uranian be the chicken enthusiast? And I'm gonna stop here, and you'll have to read the rest of it.
I don't know if you're a chicken enthusiast or a burrito enthusiast. Something gonna have to give though. Unmute yourself, give it up for Mr. Tesasolo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No abduction,
Yes.
just probing.
Gotta read the rest of it.
Yes.
We were expecting probings.
So American.
What a waste of a spaceship. Oh my goodness. Came all the way from Uranus? What a waste of a spaceship. This man, I don't know. I don't know if they have that. I mean, I think you might need to go ahead and build that that taco shop. Go ahead with the fluffy red Spanish rice, right? A testament to your love, the Mexican burrito, right? Where we stuff your burrito. Come on, man. Where we stuff your burrito. I love it. Yes, reality is stranger than fiction. He mentioned the juicy flavored grass you grew up with. Interesting. Because everybody ate grass, huh? The best breast in the West. Oh man, listen, you're an incredible storyteller, right? I cannot wait to see the work that you produce on the screen. Thank you, Mr. Tez. Make sure you are plugging in with Mr. Tez, as he mentioned, author of I'm Not Your Chihuahua. Appreciate you. Coming up next, Blacksmith in the building. This incredible gentleman continues to rock, hold us down, and highlight a very, very special place in his heart. We always love when the blacksmith comes through. I'm telling you, you're about to find out why. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Always great. And of course, first thing I'm going to do is put up S for lighthouseriders.org. Just such a wonderful, wonderful resource for all kinds of writers. Just found out Pam Houston's coming soon, and just all kinds of great stuff. I just really, like, before I start, I love this base. A lot of us just really feel,
incredibly special about this space and about all the different people in it. And, you know, this is a joyous season, but for some people, it's a really hard season. So for those who are having a hard time, just want to remind them that they can reach out, whether it's to family or friends. And if not, reach out to a professional. You know, there's people out there because we all want to see you back. We love you. That being said, I'm going to do this one for the solstice because it is the solstice, you know. And like I'm saying, you know, this may be the darkest day and the, you know, the least light, but that's because more is coming. You know, it is, things get better. So this is Darkness Has a Way, winter solstice. Darkness has a way of growing on us all. Not that we grow fonder, just that we must all surrender a bit more each day from summer's start when light hangs longest until autumn's end when each short day at last begins to stretch back. Shadows falling across the horizon a little later, starting from a few scant hours, we mark the moment with a show of light. Earthen branch of ancient world tree provides flame, burning promise of a better future, return of warmth, bright floral blooms whose bulbs now hide beneath cold white sheen. Darkest time holds seed of summer, an anticipation of reincarnation, cornucopia of dreams held in harmony, released into night as a declaration, proof of faith in endless cycle, seasons continuation. Fields yield crops, scythe strikes, hope-filled harvest stored to last, to nourish, to sustain through the bleak and beautiful night, to bring us back to just this moment once again. Infant day, mere miniature of full-grown summer, cries a canticle, a tender hymn settling into the soul. And I'd like to do this one. Also going into the new year and all this to remember this. It's called Let the Future Be Forgiveness. Let the future be forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Pain held in over past transgressions, bad decisions, or unmet expectations. Weak battery cannot empower a dynamo of interconnected souls. Forgive all that can be forgiven. Hold mirror of humility to hurt. Gaze deep to see source from which wrong thinking originates. Do not be another plank on bridge that heavy-heeled hatred trods across. Remember, it's not only in myth that demons can be tamed or turned. Use tenderness as bait to lead beasts safely into cages, ensnare, but do not be ensnared by sour energy. Cultivate and share sweet fruit. Let all absorb frangible essence, distilled nectar of sacred forgiveness, blessed with kiss. Let forgiveness be what it is. Ask and expect no more. Let the future be forgiveness. And it wouldn't be right if I don't give you this before I go. It's called 1223. It's a haiku. Aluminum pole and airing of grievances. Happy Festivus. Okay. Thank you.
I'm telling you, that dude just does this. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Michael.
Love always.
Oh, so beautiful.
Happy Festivus. I love it. I love it.
I love Michael Sindler. Michael Sindler always comes with new themes in his writing, right? Themes, styles, situations, feelings. Michael Sindler is probably one of the most well-rounded poets I know because he writes about everything. Everything. I'm telling you. hear what he was saying in that first poem, right? We must all surrender a bit more, right? When the winter solstice comes around, right? Anticipation of reincarnation, right? The season's continuation, right? A miniature of a full-blown summer, right? So many, right? I love the fact that we have to surrender a few more hours, a bit more. I love that. And the second piece, let the future be forgiveness. Forgive yourself first, right? A weak battery cannot power interconnected souls. It's just it's so much what you do. Thank you for what you do, Michael Sindler. Really, a mainstay of our community, continues to come through and share some incredible poetry. Thank you so very much. Also plug into lighthousewriters.org. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, this incredible poet, also I mentioned earlier, right, runs his own open mic, Chaos Magic, runs every Monday night. This incredible poet comes through every single week and gives you all the energy and gusto he has. The one and only Gustav Salas in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Gustav, always great to see you. Take it away.
Greetings, Elemental, RMT, and beloved poets. I'm Magus801. That's Magus 801 on Instagram. Give me a follow. Let's start some good trouble. I do Chaos Magic on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Give me a follow and get with it. I have two pieces tonight, neither on theme. This is Thursday's rap. Oh my God, is it Thursday already? I got to write new shit, man. I got to get ready. New Eurekan Thursdays is where it's at. Spit on the mic and get down in the chat. Come with Elemental. Learn some truth. We're what's up, sometimes uncouth. We write poems to make you feel, change your mind about what's real. Get in your brain and dance around. Listen up, we're getting profound. And this, a terrible thing happened today in Prague. There was a mass shooting in Prague, Czech Republic, my second home. 15 people were killed on Náměstí Jana Palacha, a beautiful, beautiful place in Prague, Czech Republic. I feel terrible about it. This is a reworked for this incident poem called Born of Nonsense. Born of nonsense, this poem comes hither. The words, they crawl, they creep, they slither into my mind, then onto the page. I write to try to assuage the rage that fills my heart when all I see is men behaving frightfully, slaughtering innocents without remorse, killing for sport. So wrong, of course. The disease is not limited to the USA. It happened in Prague, Czech Republic today. 15 killed in a crazy rampage. When will people turn the page? Thank you. Love you all.
Oh, I love poets so much. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav Salas.
Gustav.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, man.
Yes.
We gotta
Yes. Yes.
I love poets so much because we stay plugged into what's going on right now. And we happen to be the fearless ones who say, guess what? I need to write about this. The world is feeling this. And I'm going to let them know that I'm feeling this right along with them. Right? That is what our charge as poets is we get up there and we let the people know we hear you. We are just as frustrated. Right? We see what's going on, and it is born of nonsense. Thank you for sharing that, right? It's something that I didn't know, right? So at this very moment, I implore all of you, let us give a moment of silence to those who lost their lives to that ignorance. Thank you, folks. Listen, an injustice anywhere and there's injustice everywhere. All right. We got work to do, all of us. Right. Because there are people who do kill for sport, right? And we do have to make something happen. Listen, Gustav, you're a magician, right? And you do just that in every single poem you write, man. So thank you, right? As he mentioned, he runs an open mic on Mondays. Make sure you're plugging in with Chaos Magic. Appreciate you, Gustav. All right, coming up next, we are rounding out the guaranteed list, 3 more, and then we are moving on to the good luck round. Coming up next, I'm telling you, this cat always seems to find himself near the closing spot. I guess he's just comfortable with it. I don't know. I don't know. But he continues to do it. And listen, he's only getting better. Every time I hear this cat, he continues to get better. The one and only Prince of P is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Prince of P. It's always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
My name is Prince P. You can find me on Instagram at Prince P. Giddy Jr. I'll put the rest of my link string in the chat. My first poem is called 151 Rum. And I take this righteous right passage. I reflect upon the past. Indeed, it's a task. I'm learning and living life, trying to undo ancestral addiction that inflicts deeply. When I sip alcohol, I do it sparingly, sparing me a strong snug of it on my spirit, spearheaded by reminders of others, opiate, negative experiences causing problems, laundry list of luring liquids crawl and fall near my thoughts with reflections of the past that packed me mightily. That's not the only addiction. Counting porn and sex, that's on me. The former before the latter. It's in the middle of my heart, like playing Ring Around the Rosie, the stumbling on stony steps of addiction because I've been afflicted. The second poem is called Under America's Hands. America has never been great for Black people of color. Black people came here in chains, expected to work for nothing. With awareness, some jump like pole vultures. Like strong, sturdy, melanated folk, we rose above the fray, outstayed our assistance. Still, we're treated with no guard. We stay on guard, especially as runaways. We knew the one-way golden ticket was departing the fences of our confinements, treated the indigenous with poison, hit every other group with the mockery. Today, they eat what they got. Blacks made a way out of no way. If it wasn't for us, the U.S. would be toast. Still, they dog everyone out like perpetrators of being us, more like envious, which causes them to be greedy about culture, trying to be like us, fuck us, love our swag, and wants to bag our skills. Here's the deal. They can't hear me out of lock out, not in them to do such a thing. Final note, worthy. No, America owes a great deal. America owes a great debt to those rendered powerless. In the poem.
Oh, no doubt about it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Prince of P.
Prince of P. Prince of P.
Absolutely love you.
Prince of P. Right on, right on.
Good. I'm telling you, that cat just keeps getting better. Every time I hear you, Prince of P, you just keep getting better. In the first piece, the 151 Rum, listen, anytime you're dealing with an addiction, it's gonna be a struggle, right? You do learn from living life 100% of the time, right? Thoughts are reflections of the past, man. We just have to make sure we learn from them, right? And no addiction is better or worse or stronger or harder than another one, man. They're all difficult to deal with. But knowing that you have an issue is the first step to conquering that, right? The second piece, Under America's Hands. Listen, again, it's one of those revolutionary poems, man. You know what I mean? You get my blood boiling, you got goosebumps. I can see it, man. It's just something that speaks to me personally in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Never been great with people of color, treated with no regard. We stay on guard, right? Treated the indigenous with poison, and then treated us like the indigenous and fed us poison that said Christopher Columbus discovered America. I'm just saying, part of what we do as poets, we deal with the difficult things and we take it to a beautiful level and we call it poetry. And then you don't have a choice but to deal with it. Sorry, but that's what we do. Appreciate you, Prince of Pete, for always coming through and rocking with us. Always sharing your incredible artistry with us. We truly, truly appreciate you. Last two folks on the guaranteed list, and they happen to be both brand new voices. So let's get to it. Coming up first, please let us know where in the world you are rocking from.
Hello, I'm rocking from Sunnyside, Queens.
Queens in the building. Let's go. Yo, we've been doing this for a little over 3 years now, right? So you see what is going on, right? Thank you for coming through. Listen, you see what these folks have been doing, right? You are now a member of the greatest community in the world. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Welcome. Please take it away.
All right, I'm so happy to be here. I just posted in the chat, but yes, my name is Angelique Rodriguez. You could find me on Instagram, angelique.rodriguez with 2 Z's, or on Spotify under my name, Angelique Rodriguez. And I am a New Yorican. I'm a Puerto Rican, born in the Bronx, and now I'm in Queens, and I'm an artist. So I'm going to be singing my poem called Live For Me, and because I found a natural melody for it. So I hope you enjoy. And let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Yeah? Alright, awesome. Here we go. When I was young, I hid myself, protecting me from it all. Not saying a word, kept it all inside. And that was my downfall. But here's the thing, I'm ready now. Stop breaking off these layers and walls. I'm ready now. Feet off the ground. No more hesitating. I'm so ready to live for me. Live for me. Live for me. When I grew up, seemed like nothing changed. Anxiety's my middle name. I tried to speak, but nothing comes out. When I just wanna shout, oh, but here's the thing, I'm ready now. Stop breaking off these layers and walls. I'm ready now. Feet off the ground. No more hesitating. I'm so ready to live for me. What do I do? What do I say when everything's rearranged? Perfection, perception, eating me alive. Release the chains of people's games when I'm not the one to blame. And here's the thing, I'm ready now. Stop breaking off these layers and walls. I'm ready now. Feet off the ground. No more hiding, I'm so ready to live for me. Thank you.
Y'all heard that, huh? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Angelique.
Man, that was soulful
Wow,
as
you just like
hell.
healed the part
Wow,
in
that
me.
was
Thank you.
I am so happy
Beautiful.
you are here.
yeah. Following you for concur. Yeah.
Wow.
I am so happy you are here.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So sweet. So sweet. So sweet. Beautiful.
And
So
the
sweet.
courage of
So sweet.
acapella is
Beautiful.
just, it's
Over.
untainted.
It's over for you. Listen. Shout out to BX in the building. It's over for you. They just told you. You just fucked up, man, because you need to be here every Thursday night. Number one. Number two, that's how you show the hell up and show the hell out. Right? For real. And no one was prepared for that. No one was prepared for that. But we were all pleasantly blown away by what you did. Your runs, your tone, your pitch, the way you hit the notes, the confidence in with which you sung that song. That's how you do it. That is exactly how you do it. And be careful how you do that, right? I know some cats that listen, you start doing them runs and shit. It's like, hey, hold on now. All right. Listen, there's something that's coming around. We will get to the storm god in a little bit. But listen, there's a spot that could be coming up. It's called Voices and Vibes. And I'm gonna need you to make sure that you fall through. However we do it, whenever we do it, I'm gonna need you to fall through, right? In the lyrics, and then the lyrics, right? The song was on point, right? But then the lyrics, right? Here's the thing: I'm ready now, right? So ready to live for me, right? I try to speak, but nothing comes out. I'm ready now, feet off the ground, right? So ready to live for me. Stop breaking all these layers and walls. Like, that's who makes you, right? But someone who wants to come in and break all those things down and trying to not make you anymore. So I love the fact that you said that very clearly. And then you had the nerve to have that kind of voice and that kind of tone. So again, make sure that you put your information in the chat so the folks can follow you and remind you on Wednesday that you need to sign up for Thursday and come back through. Appreciate you, truly. Woo, let's go, y'all. This is what it is. All right. We have come to the final guaranteed spot. Another new voice in here. Come on, man. First and foremost, let the folks know where in the world you are plugging in from.
Hello. I've never really done anything like this before, but my name is Nikhil. I'm from originally from Hamilton, New Jersey, over by Princeton, Trenton. Right now, I'm in New Brunswick, New Jersey, but I'd say like I'm pretty local to the NYC area. And
Jersey in the building. Listen, Jersey all over here, all up in the building. No need to worry. You are in the right place. Listen, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Listen, I understand you said you never done anything like this. You have found the space to do it. You are amongst creative, caring individuals. Please let these folks know where they can find you online. Again, welcome to the greatest community. Please take it away.
yeah, thank you. I put my Instagram in the chat, like a few messages up. All right, let's see. I have 2 different poems. This first one is called Perspective, that I wrote like on a whim a couple weeks ago. None of them are on theme, but I figured they're nice to share. White power brokers in the mixed white, thankful for the terrorists like Mercy Boko Haram, who think being brown's haram and ruin women just to put them in a harem, make them so scared to death of not having clean souls. The neighbor's word could practically put a bullet through the skull. Hello 911, I see a man that's homicidal. You shot him dead, that's another one for suicidal. If all of our eyes are on the black guys, who gonna realize that they ain't the bad guys? Media make us ping pong eyeballs back and forth like a pastime. This killing reminds me of the last time I was a crime, sold out to beat Joe. Gold ounces Sister Leaf knows. Grow bound to the ethos. Pull out from the deep throat. Look out for you people, cause the news out for the people. Look through your people for you open your door. Cause next thing you know, you're kissing your bullet to heaven. You can undo what is already done. Prepare to subject to will of their gun. They started firing your prayer and done, but you were the pimp and they are the bum. So you were the pimp, they're the bum. How could something so powerful sound so dumb? And that's the first
Damn.
poem.
Yo. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the Q.
Damn.
That was
I
awesome.
feel like I got
Right.
slapped.
Yeah.
There's that music thing that came in toward the end there that had its own little voice there by itself. They're stepping out.
I feel like I got slapped.
That was nice. That was fresh.
You know, Daniel Fernandez.
Listen. I don't listen. First of all, I don't know. Listen, the universe is smiling on us this evening, right? Because the last two brand new voices both brought the energy with the music, and both y'all were on point. He said he'd never done this before, right? Said he'd never done this before. But let me tell you, it sounded like you have been practicing, sir. Sounded like you have been putting in the work, preparing for when you were getting ready to let that rip. And let me tell you, it was well received, right? Like you heard the resident musicians in here, man. It's like, yo, your meter, your tempo, it was on point. And then you had the nerve to talk about some real deal, right? Kissing your bullet to heaven. Come on, man. Who's gonna, with all our eyes on the black guys, who's gonna realize they aren't the bad guy? Come on, man. Right? Maybe time to pull out the deep throat. Come on, man. Listen, I appreciate what you do. And I love the fact that you are fearless enough to do it the way you want to do it. It doesn't have to fit into anyone's scope or scheme. Let it rock the way it's supposed to rock. Appreciate you, Nikhil. Make sure you find your way back here every Thursday night. We will be in the building, keeping the lights on for folks just like you. Appreciate you, man. All right, folks, we have reached the end of the guaranteed list, and some folks have come through this evening to rock with us. So let's get to it. Welcome to the good luck round, and it's about to go down. Coming up first, again, shout out the educators in the building. This incredible poet continues to come through and rock with our community. And listen, I always look forward to what they have to bring. The one and only Marianne Teft in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Marianne. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Good to see you too, Elemental. Congratulations on the move to Thursdays. And good evening, poet friends, old and new. I'm on theme tonight, and I'd like to speak about people on the path. And the first person I'd like to tell you about is my father, because my father was at one with the sea. In his arms, the water became a baby's best friend. When he carried me into the waves, I body surfed timelessly. Lips blue as if I had fallen through northern ice into subtropical winter. When he was little more than a child, he was jettisoned from the deck of a warship into wine-red seas, like with nothing of Greek poetry about him, only his self-inflated genes and swollen belief in the rightness of his cause and his almighty to carry him through 6 days afloat beyond the range of the Japanese guns, 7 nights clinging to sharp sand in chest-deep water close to shore, for what could a Connecticut Yankee know of the nocturnal habits of sharks? Perhaps the fear of drowning, or worse, already had been wrung from him by the swinging vine from which they uncoiled him as he hung head down in the mill pond behind the barn at 9, where he began a lifetime of horse whispering. He saw the light that so many claim to have seen, and because I believed my father to tell the truth that I seldom have trusted from others, I learned never to fear death. to let salt spray and moon rhythms spur my stroke through my terrestrial nights, even into submarine days, where my bullish head told my marathon heart, it's only 4 kilometers, and no one need imagine you've fallen from a cruise ship, even if the current carries you down and the islands seem to repel one another when you are in the middle of the channel. Many Decembers before, I carried my 5-day-old child into the indoor pool of our lakeside apartment. Even now, a later photo of my father and her, a blonde toddler in a life vest, helping hand on the pool skimmer. When she remembers her poppy, she recalls the sting of chlorine and the abiding comfort of learning to swim from the lip of his pool into his sunlit embrace. And it pleases me beyond all reason to know that she knows what I know. My father was at one with the sea. Thank you, poets.
Yo, I don't know who's smiling more, the community or your father. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne.
Thank you, Elemental.
Now.
Beautiful.
Things are always so beautiful. Great.
To the heart.
Okay, you're both smiling.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah, it don't end here. I love it. And the water and the nature, the living in nature is such an act of poetry itself, too. So
Hold on, man. Listen, man. You start being poetic outside of your poems. Come on, man. Yeah, so I love my poets. Listen, Marianne, you do what you do very well, man. And I always look forward to it because you really bring real parts of who you are, right? And this is exactly why I created this theme, is for this, right? It's for little things, pieces of stories, footprints in our brains that lead us to today, right? Learning how to swim, but then knowing all the way that he was just outside of the beyond the range of the Japanese guns, right? And finally gotten to a point of having a lifetime of horse whispering, like from war to horse whispering. I learned never to fear death. Dads are incredible, man. Just saying, dads are incredible. Thank you, Marianne. Appreciate you for coming through and rocking with us and setting off the good luck round. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next on the good luck round, this incredible poet continues to come through, a mainstay on the Monday night. And listen, this guy, man, again, always another one who has that type of energy that brings his energy to his poems, always giving us the reality in this world. The one and only Goldberg in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you, Goldberg. Take it away.
Find me online, Gorbensky on Instagram, Alexander Goldberg 35 on Facebook. So the poem that I'm presenting tonight, I started writing it 2 hours before this open mic, and I finished 1 hour prior. So I'm in a good luck round tonight. And this poem is about the exhibition in Cherkasy in Ukraine. And its title is Photos of Veterans. They have been at the forefront. They stood up for their country. They have chosen their path, and they've seen the hellish fighting. They're seriously injured, but they remain unbroken. For them, the exhibition has recently been opened. We need to share the knowledge and make sure it's not scars. It takes a lot of courage for them to bear their scars. The war has left them crippled. They live a normal life too. These are Path of the People. Their portraits are insightful. These people are still driving, and they became the athletes. They're shooting and they're running. Impossible is nothing. They're the pride of our nation. These people found their strength. They are the inspiration. Let's take care of their health. We fight this war to win it. Our enemy is vicious. We have undying spirit. Free world is standing with us.
I told y'all that's what Goldberg does. Unmute yourself, give it up for the Goldberg.
Yeah, Alexander.
Alexander. Yep.
Good read.
Original and steady rock.
Yeah, right? Again, I love poets. I know I'm biased, but damn it, I love poets. Because we dig all the way in, right? And listen, I thank all y'all for digging into the themes, right? But when you start talking like that, Goldberg, I can hear those bombs going off. I can hear those explosions, right? Because they are a part of who you are and they come through in your poems, right? Just like those veterans, you stand up for your country, right? They remain unbroken, just like you, right? You share the knowledge so we can get better, so we can do better. It does take a lot of courage, man. Their portraits are insightful, right? But we remember the one thing that is so important that they taught us. Impossible is nothing. Thank you, Goldberg. Woo! Thank you, man, for coming through and rocking with us. For real. Appreciate you, man. Always on point. Thank you. All right. Before we move on to the next poet, I got to come back a little bit. Listen, the newest member of our community, Nikhil, has a second poem. That's my bad. But we want to make sure that we get all of the energy that you need to share with us this evening. So come on, Nikhil, come back up and do your thing, man. You got it.
Thanks. So the second poem, don't really have a name for it, but I was like really fucking pissed off at a friend, went to a Wawa, parked in the back, wrote it in like 10 minutes, and I think it got to the point. All right. Fuck you. I'm a stew in my anger. You attached like an anchor on my ankle. You come to rock my boat, thinking it'll float. I don't mean to gloat, but you just made me sore. Don't come to me like we should feel the same. You ain't privy to my pain. I'ma keep myself while you keep the bullshit. Don't even bother when none of y'all's the solution. Stay out of my vision. I'll make my own decision. Get out of my business. I don't need your permission. Go ahead and try, but suit yourself. I'ma keep thinking to shoot myself, and then you. Go on. Go and fuck yourself. Pussy motherfucker, just go to hell. It's funny to see your own words thrown at you, but the world is in orbit, so bend over and absorb it. Honestly, I'm more annoyed than anything that I saw your voice as a siren. You almost had me like Odysseus. Oh, this is truth, power, violence. Homer couldn't craft a better poem. I know the stakes, so I guess I better show him what I'm working with. Your words ain't worth a hit. Save your sorry, man. I just own the shit. You know, I should be thanking you. My waterworks are now fuel for harder words. Maybe there's some utility to pain. If it helps me escape futility with change, I'm charging you a drop for every fuck you. This is strike 3, so fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You need a miracle to make me trust you. Say your prayers, my friend. Let Jesus come to you.
Somebody better pray for that boy because the heat is coming. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the team.
Yeah.
I continue to say, y'all. I continue to say again. Never, I say never, ever piss off a poet. You will never forget it. And they will make sure you never forget it. Never, ever piss off a poet. Trust me. Trust me, it'll be all bad for you. Appreciate that, Nikhil, for real. Attached like an anchor on my ankle? Nah, I'll keep myself while you keep your BS. For real. Funny to see your same words thrown at you, right? I can't mention Odysseus. My waterworks are now fuel for harder words. Woo-wee! Come on, man. You know what it is. All right. Make sure you find yourself here because you got all of that energy in the mix, in the flow. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Appreciate you, man. Truly. All right. Coming up next. Oh. Listen, these next four poets, it's four folks on the good luck round left, and I'm telling y'all better strap in. For real, these next four are about to do y'all bad. For real. Coming up first, this genius will blow your mind. Believe it each and every single time. I'm telling you, this cat, This cat's on something else, man. On another level. Love to see this cat all the way out in Japan. The one and only Poet Talk in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Poet Talk. Great to see
Thank
you.
you.
Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Elemental. Thank you for having me. Tonight's theme is path of people. So yeah. So I wanna read oh shit. Animal, the chronicle of mankind. I read it. I remember 3 years ago. Yeah, that at that time the theme was animal, so I read it. Yeah, this is a new version. I added to the Japanese drum taiko rhythm. So yeah, maybe it's more energetic, more exciting than the Oshi. So please enjoy watching. What the f is this? Animal. Yeah, hush. Animal come down from the street. Began to walk on 2 feet. Animal used a stone spear. Animal kisses enemies. Animal. Yeah, hush. Animal saw the seas. Got the linguistic skills. Animal organized colonies. じゃんけんひんで眠れればい。夢とも尽きず、飲めども変わらぬ秋の夜の杯影も傾く入り江に枯れ立つ足元よろよろだ。不意に伏したる枕の夢を結ぶと思えば泉はそのまま月瀬の宿こそめでたけれ、ああめでたけれ。Animal, hush. Animal ever but rent. In the money economy. Open stock exchange. Made a lot of tons of trains. Animal, hush. Animal is a better generous. Said a hero king. Go take the blessed God. Ship a worship within the car. Animal. Hush. Animal found the black holes. Made the knuckly weapons. Got the chromosomes ribbons. Pick up the spin dinosaur. Abuse me. Amarelai. Never fury cure virus. If you want more service, you have to pay for the extra. Animal, hush. Animal start a new world. For going to Mars. Only priorities gold. Maverick. Animal. Hush. They took me to heaven. The robbers at the side. Talk about euthanasia. Immortal. A torture. Animal. Hush. Animal, where do we go wrong? What's about to turn around? Are we all so down? Get out the forest together. Animal, get back the forest together. Animal, get back the mother forest together. Animal, hush. When it's dark enough, you can see the stars. Animal, hush, animal. Are we all so down? Thank you so much.
I told y'all that dude's a damn genius. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poet.
Poet time.
Tripping balls.
Oh my God.
That's good
Oh,
work.
that was
I just
wonderful.
want to say,
You're a genius. There's no one like you.
fucking Bill Gates, fuck you.
No one like Poet Talk.
I love your stuff.
Everybody chip by 2028, or you're not going to be included in the future of civilization. You're never going to stop the arts.
Never, never, never. As long as I got air in my lungs, they will never stop what we do. Ever. I'm telling you. And there's too many creative people, even in this room right now, listening to me in this Zoom verse, that will never let the arts die. Will never let creativity go cold. Right? Unless we're talking about gazpacho, something like that. Listen, sir, you talk about got linguistic skills like you got ridiculous, and then he flipped it on us, right? He flipped it on us. He was speaking English at first, then he went into Japanese, and then he went into opera and started singing. Y'all hear that shit? This dude is something else, man. Thank you, Poet Talk. Right? Black holes built nuclear weapons. He said, I am AI. I never feel ridicule or violence. Listen, when they start talking like that, we got more than a problem, right? Immortal life is the future. And I think they're working on it, right? We need to get back to the forest together. We need to get back to that original man together. Absolutely. Thank you, Poet Talk, for all that you do, for coming through and rocking with us this evening. Appreciate you. Final three, folks. And it's some heavyweights. Coming up first, you've been hearing this cat all evening. Love it when he's sitting in front of the keys. Our resident musician, one of our resident musicians, the one and only CC, our chakra in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, CC. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
I just got to throw some mad love. Joski was on tonight, man. He's up in his lyric game big time. I just got to give that up. He's an actual musician. I'm sitting here. But this is just a haiku that I have to give you, and then I'm going to go. I heard an image. My imagination lives. Now here come the verbs. I don't know why I want to do that for you, but I did. So The Future of Water is an old song that has gone through like 5 metamorphoses so far, and it's going through another one right now. But in the end, I'm going to play in the beginning, and then in the end, I'm going to ask you if you can pull it off. There's a little sing-along at the end. So after you hear this, the future of water, the future of sunlight, the future of air, may we breathe. The presence of our hands and the presence of our words. The present is our thoughts, our deeds. And then I'm going to kick into this little bit and you're going to join in and it's going to say, may we breathe. I'm going to sing it and then you're going to go, may we breathe. And then I'm going to go, may you breathe. And you're going to go, may you breathe. And then I'm going to go, let us breathe. And you're going to sing, let us breathe. And then I'm going to say, now breathe. And then I'm going to read the rest, starting right now. So what are we doing to this world's tomorrow? To our universal earth seed? Do you think our fears claim right? An eternity of God fights to damn the diverse human being. Why damn the future of water and sunlight and air? Why reign over life to only leave our ruins here? The children will come into all that we leave them as slavery, waste, and machines. The children may come to be ways that we rear them with righteous, safe fears and disease. The diseases of water, the diseases of sunlight, the disease in the air we believed, the presence of our hands, the presence of our words,
As we deny, we fuel killing with greed. The morning is coming, we're hungry and thirsty, and why? Why should we let the few bottle the waters of life? Why kneel as gods of greed expropriate all we conceive? As if sharing means not enough natural resources for all. Till the future of human means warring is all we're good for. The future of water, the future of sunlight, the future of air may we breathe. The presence of our hands and the presence of our words. The present is our thoughts, our deeds. Unmute it, baby, here it comes. May we breathe. Go ahead, see if it works. Come on, may we breathe. May you breathe. Let me hear you. May you breathe. There's got to be one unmuted mic. Come on. Let us breathe. Is it working?
Let us
Yeah, here it is now. Breathe. One more time. Come on. May we breathe. Woohoo! May you breathe.
May you breathe.
Let us breathe.
Let us breathe.
Now breathe.
Now breathe.
I love it. I love it. What's that? Oh, I knew that was Pomodoro. Coming in with the opera. The opera, the science, the metaphysics.
My goodness. Yo,
quantum
listen,
mechanics.
that was all the way incredible. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CC Armstrong.
Church.
You inspire me. You guys wrote that. I just put it down on paper.
Very cool. Very cool.
Listen, I have to say that was probably the first time I've heard somebody try to make an interactive song on this space, man. And listen, I love it. That's courageous. That's a level of fearlessness that you cannot deny. What are we doing to this earth tomorrow? Right? In the haiku, I just thought that was dope, right? He said, I heard an image, right? Now here come the words. Our thoughts, our deeds, right? May we breathe, let us breathe. What are we doing to Earth's tomorrow, right? The diseases of water, the diseases of sunlight, right? The presence of our words as we deny, we fuel killing with greed. Listen, man. Listen, man. Like, that works as a song, as a poem, as an essay. It just works. It's just real. It's just reality. Appreciate you, CC, for all that you do, for always bringing the music into our lives, man. Appreciate you. Regardless if you feel like you're a real musician or not, man, you play real music. So take that as you will. All right. Coming up next. Oh, my goodness. It's been a wild storm. God's in the building. Listen, this cat, an incredible educator. Also, again, shout out to educators in the building. An incredible educator, a fucking phenomenal poet, one of the best in the world. I'm telling you, one of the best on the Eastern Seaboard, one of the best in North America. This dude is a host. Man, I'm telling you, the one and only Paul Queso in the building. It's been too damn long, brother. Let these folks know what it is, man. Great to see you. Take it away.
My Storm God brother E, I'm good. I'm glad to see you holding it down, even with the fusion of two. You're carrying the energy of two hosts in one, brother. I'm proud of you in all you do, always, man. We've been believers because we've been shaking these skies for a long time. So I wrote some new shit. This is a piece inspired by. I don't know if y'all saw that in Newark, because I'm from Jersey. In Newark, we had a bull stop our train services from Newark to New York. An escaped bull from a slaughterhouse got on the tracks and kind of disrupted shit for a minute. So I kind of took that as inspiration and conflated it with some things that have been going on in my own life. So this is called On My Nork Bullshit. So just this week, I had a piece of shit, sniveling snitch, coworker op of mine nearly bring the whole Nork bull out of me. No bull, no cap, God's honest. For the first time in my adult life, I had the urge to revert to young bull ways and throw some fucking hands at this, well, I'd hesitate to call him a man. More utterly pathetic calf, but then that's disrespect to those with any cojones, because even castrated steers carry bigger balls. So rather than smack this mama bicho, I decided I'd practice restraint and write a poem instead of exposing him as the narc he is, because when I read him for filth and called him a snitch, guess what he did? Ran and told on me. Got me escorted out my own workplace by security. I was made refugee without a place of refuge, and cue my best MJ meme, I took that personally. Now, sat quietly in a group Zoom HR meeting called partially to squash this beef. I was dying to reach through that screen, and I'm telling y'all, I started seeing red, like 96 Bulls. Luke Longley, the block, Rodman on a glass rebound outlet pass as a cutting coup coach swings it to Pippen, penetrating the key. No look to Kerr for an open three. Q Jordan holding trophy while crying face, not to be confused with Jordan crying face meme, because this was meant to be my 6-peat victory, but something divine intervened in the midst of two sacred trinities, and at the end of shot clock, I saw red like Red Fox, red as bloodshot eyes, making red flags look attractive as little red dresses, red as Merida's tresses, red like Ole, yelled by Matador waving cape as the picador opens gate, tries to lodge bandarillas and my shoulder blades to weaken me for his master's sharp-bladed killing blow. But no, you see, I'm immune to the bullshit. Dodged and parried him with a full clip, gore to the gut, then galloped into a strut right down Penn Station track 1, see, just like our infamous Nork bull Ricardo. That's his name. I too escaped the slaughterhouse of tomorrow, stumbled downtown into hub of commerce and commuted that time borrowed, deciding that yes, the end of this line was where I draw mine, unabashedly disrupting the system's corruption, just like some won't plainly state or post hashtag free Palestine, our president sending aids for Zionists to commit genocide, ignoring that Jesus is perhaps the OG Palestinian refugee martyred for beliefs. So when those heretics tried to leave me scarred, marred, feathered, and tarred, I made a hard left and stood 10 toes down on business. Like, whose fucking station is this? Mythical Minotaur perched atop Mount Olympus and decreed no way was this transit fair. Refused to be one more token toll paid on a path, iron bound to protect the sharpened pen. I lowered my head and readied legs for the charging, but then I recalled for every Ricardo, there are 10 Harambe's slain. The quote-unquote dangerous threats neutralized by pressurized nail gun shots to the head. And so, to memorialize all our lost ones who were nailed to crosses, the Trayvons and Tamirs and Adam Toledo's and Elijah McClain's who never made a home safe, I raised white flag over red that day. Like, not everyone gets to wake up in animal sanctuary safe. Some only wake at the wake, where we see shades of melanation can separate Penn from Fruitvale Station. And though I was spared Oscar Grant execution, no Oscar nods here, just God's retribution for the times where tithes were paid and blood's wage. See, me and Ricardo both came out unscathed. Butchers unable to make broad and supermarketed ground chuck of us. No Western beef for them to grind, barcode price and pedal above market price to starving streets. Yet, rather than give anyone on that call the satisfaction of making me another Pamplona trampled example of how bulls on parade raging against machines can be made cellmates for exhibiting passion or belief, charging us for destruction before knucking or bucking, once stigmatized as us in a China shop when we get traffic stopped and robbed short of breath. Here in this bullfight pen named America, realize that from ill-equipped hospitals to food deserts and schools siphoning prison pipelines, that oppression has always been by design, keeping us well hung upside down by hind legs on processing line where they can justify slitting our throats ethically. And yeah, I know, if I actually want to save everyone, eventually I must first save my own hide. But when you find sanctuary, you simply find no ways to align what causes and free the others inside underground railroading tracks from which you perhaps just escaped seeing the very much petrified eyes of a colleague who did not want the smoke at all that day. Rather than celebrate, strut, posture, gawk, or taunt him, I raised red card and walked off that Zoom call right back into the slaughterhouse. Because despite being raised with dialects of violence in my mouth and nervous system dysregulated today, I would not be held hostage to carnage of my own stomping. I took 3 deep breaths, naming 5 things I could see, 4 things I could feel, 3 I could hear, 2 I could smell, and 1 thing I could taste, the metallic tang of rage on my tongue. Thus I relaxed this jaw, unclenched my fist, and disarmed, realizing I would not give them the response they sought and become just one more cut of factoried fodder. When you're both the star and the target of some blood-rain sports last dance between nature and man's sharp-bladed picador, and each piece of abuse we endure can either enrage or inform the methods with which we become activists to stay pacifist, even when we want to pass a fist along someone's lip. Let us open each pen with the pens in our hand, making each stage a space to rage safe and not overplay our hand. Cause in poker, sometimes you must disguise your flush. Cause trust, the long game remains the only play, and public displays gone viral. And we won't be memed just to ensure survival. So tell God I will call forth every primal breath from this septum. Heaven help them oppressors. I will not cease until every weapon within that slaughterhouse is melted down and each breathing being released into an asylum called free, from every river to every sea. Only then can our hearts truly be held as sanctuary, and we can listen to them beat as powerful as the wild within, the North Pole inside us all, that afternoon that he too was a refugee.
Oh, and that's what it sounds like to be a bull in any damn shop. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Conquesto.
Killers,
What's your Instagram? Insta.
What?
Oh,
that little Instagram is right there.
beginning, but once
Some God's in the building. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I want to know, did they kill it with the nail gun or did they put it in a sanctuary? 'Cause
He got to live. He got to live, and now they sell merchandise of him. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story that he escaped the slaughterhouse, but not everybody gets that same ending.
Ricardo,
what do you do for cardio training?
Oh my God, who's gonna
a lot of hookah? That's
they're
my
gonna make
training.
more off the merch than they would off the dead carcass. This is weird, man.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Capitalism reigns supreme at the end of the day, anyway.
I don't know the merch. Who's gonna get the merch?
Yeah, sanctuary.
All right, listen.
Actually gets a
hold
cut.
on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Look, we're going to have a cipher right at the end of the show, right? We're going to hang out like 15, 20 minutes. We're just going to wrap it up, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, let's finish it up. One last poet of the evening. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Oh, before I get to that, listen, Fuego. Listen, Fuego. Listen. Damn it, Fuego. Every time this cat comes through, he rearranges your brain cells, right? He said Jesus is the OG Palestinian, right? He said, you made me want to revert to my young bull ways. I'm thinking 96 Bulls, right? Like, this is the curve for the 3, the Rodman, right? Like, come on, man. Raise the white flag over the red, right? Some only wake at the wake, right? Fruitville Station, right? Rest in peace, Oscar Grant. So many things, right? Market price for starving streets. Right? Another Pamplona trampled example. Like, come on, man. Right? Justify slitting our throats ethically. Come on. Raised with dialects of violence. One more cup of factory fodder, right? Activist turned pacifist that wants a pacifist. So I'll bring every primal breath from the septum, right? So we can free them all into an asylum called free. An asylum called free? Get out of here, man. I'm telling you, that's what storm gods do. Make sure you plug in with Paul Conquesto. He's all over the place. For real, all over the place. You will see him in many, many different arenas. That dude is all kinds of incredible. Appreciate you, brother. All right. The closer for the evening is listen, before we close it out, quick shout out Jenny, appreciate you for coming through. I saw Sri Lal and I saw Leonard Lunt, appreciate you for coming through. The closer this evening is a resident monster. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. This cat does things that I've never heard people do with his poetry, because he is just that crazy with it. For real, you'll find out why you'll find out in a second. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, folks. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, what's good, everybody? CP Mays. I host Bottoms Up on the 2nd and 4th Sundays. So it's going down this Sunday. We have fun, so come through. I have a poem for you, and I just want to breathe a little bit afterwards. It'll make sense when I say it. All right, here's the poem. He was waiting for something. A black train from behind, Hassad swiped from the wind. When he first met you, he was a hard car crash, spinning out of control, doing donuts around his halo, fetching funny bone babes, didn't crack apart his faith in the love of God. They would just fracture it. Punchline jokes into joints where angel wings once wore his heart on sleeve. It couldn't be found anymore. So bartender, bring him 2 stiff shots of Jesus, some Jack Daniels, and heaven hold me close as a chaser. You can kiss his heart. Just don't leave lipstick lovers' cold shoulders on his cheeks. Proves that love costs too much. If your heart's heartbeats are too heartbroken to cover expensive heart taxes, proves credit card charges can't cover Cupid's most fashionable arrows, even if they are out of season, proves that he was just beautiful's alarm clock snooze button that he couldn't wake up from. He was a hallelujah's hangover, a brass knuckle fist fight with karma, with something to be proud of. He was addicted to food for thought kisses on forehead before the future leaves. Lock the goddamn front door. He was the lover of ladies. He would let down easy. For egos too high on themselves always deserve it. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful women love the way his smile could light up a room. Don't get me wrong. He was a handsome hurricane that wore shot glasses for his eyes in the storm, had bad vision, don't get me wrong. Sexy was the twin sister of every soul that ever slept in his bed, for he was a guard needs to cover his can't raise the bar tab, for he was a lover boy lover of women who loved ladies with tornadoes for goddamn tongues, for he was a part-time hero who kept his uniforms in the cleaners and a pocket knife in his boots for bones he had to pick with the future he loved. I nearly wish you well, Tom. You can rob him of his pride, but his passion you can never take. If I was the Magus, I would tell him life is what you make it. Then once you make it, you fucking break it and rebuild it again. I would tell Goldberg, you give him hell with your pen. I would tell Skiff to keep skipping the long similes until he find himself back at those crossroads. I want to tell Douglas, just being a goddamn supporter makes your heart worth a lot of gold. I want to tell Joski, if you stop playing that guitar, I'm gonna haunt you in the goddamn afterlife, Joski. I'm gonna haunt you in the goddamn afterlife. I want to tell Elemen2al that some things become subliminal. A lot of people think it's easy to host a spot. You can host what you got. You can host it full hard. You can host it like you hosted a poetry spot dedicated to God. I want to tell Tez, raise the goddamn IQ. I'll raise the drink specials. Tell Marianne. Tell Canada. Got it going down, but I think Texas has it better. Tell Cece, the next time you see me, I might be trying to walk on water. Tell Kaz, you're a good cause in effect. Lay down for no one. I want to tell Principe, you're my goddamn hero. Never ever stop tackling your fears. I want to tell Nemo, you owe me $5 from when I was in Charlotte and I want my goddamn cash. I want to tell everybody to tell the devil in the morning to kiss your ass. You are goddamn beautiful. Thank you for another wonderful night. Poem, freestyle, whatever you want to call that. Yeah.
This fucking guy, I'm telling you, unmute yourself, give it up for CP, man.
was genius. That was brilliant. That was genius. That was
Breathe
genius.
now.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I feel
That's fucking
honored to be
awesome.
shouted out.
Man.
Yeah.
For real.
Wow, 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 wow.
Kiss your
Happy New Year.
kiss your ass. Kiss your
I love this community so damn much. I really do. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Y'all see why I was a tad bit tongue-tied bringing up the keeper of concrete, because he just does that, right? And y'all heard what he just did, right? That was golly, man. Like I wasn't even ready for that, right? Like I got some of it, but then some of it he just like switched and it just like went into man. Rolling joints with jokes, man, doing donuts around Halo, right? Bring him a shot of Jesus, right? No chaser, right? Beautiful alarm clock snooze button. Damn it, Maze. Right? Giving food for thought kisses, right? A handsome hurricane, shot glasses for eyes, tornadoes for tongues. He keeps that pocket knife in his boot for bones to pick with the future. Ah, man, I'm telling y'all. I love poets so much. Appreciate you, Maze, for always being in the mix. Everybody can't freestyle, man. Everybody can't do that. But also everybody can't do it in the midst of a poem. Man, pretty incredible, sir. Appreciate you, man. Listen, we have come to the end of the night. I can't thank y'all enough for hanging out with us on this inaugural Thursday night. We will be here each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, doing what we do best. To every single poet who touched the mic this evening, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate every single ounce of artistry that you gave us tonight, that you shared with us tonight. So let's end the night like this. As I mentioned, we will have a quick, like 15-minute cipher, just to, get down with the people, show our love with each other. All right. Next week, make sure you plug in, sign up on Wednesday, plug in with the cafe, get to the website, buy yourself some merch, plug in with all the incredible poets around the world. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, y'all. Peace. Blessings.